Hey guys, welcome back to the second part of my Minecraft 100 days challenge with zombies constantly spawning behind me. In the last video, I was trapped in a situation that unfortunately, no matter what I did, ended in my death. Go watch that video if you haven't to know what I mean. So I bit the bullet and actually jumped into the lava so I could go back home. Since lava underground was clearly not an option, I ended up looking for some lava pools near my house, and I found one not too far away. Of course the zombie spawn rate was even quicker now, so actually managing to achieve anything here was a monumental task. I fell off my tower and died. I made my way back, brought a bucket with me, and I looked up a tutorial on YouTube on how to make a portal. I needed a side of the pool with 4 lava blocks in a line. So I made my way over and positioned myself in a way that would cause the zombies to fall into the lava behind me so I could work peacefully. I made the portal wrong, went home to get some flint and steel, fixed it, and opened the portal. The location I was put into wasn't necessarily a bad location if it were any other Minecraft challenge or a normal playthrough. In the one challenge where tight and confined spaces are extremely bad for me, I was spawned into a small confined corridor-like space. Usually, this would have been an ideal spawn point, safe and away from ghasts, skeletons, endermen, but not in this challenge. Oh no. I had nowhere to run, and the zombies were so close to me that almost every single one would aggro towards me. I decided I was going to pick an area and mine straight. If I made a narrow enough corridor and faced the correct direction, then the zombies would spawn inside the walls and I would be safe. But this tunnel went on forever. It would never end. I ended up going through around 3 iron pickaxes before I finally reached the other end, and when I did, there was a lovely surprise waiting for me on the other end. The spawn rate was so quick now that even me stopping to see where I was allowed this many zombies to spawn. I made a run for it in a random direction and used the netherrack to hoist myself to safety above the zombies. As long as I kept the high ground, I was safe. So this was going to be my method of transportation in the nether. Is it painfully slow? Yes. Will I run out of blocks and have to get more? Very likely. But it was safe and I was not prepared to go all the way back home and do all of this again, because I think I would just rather quit the game at that point. I kept running and building and very luckily came across a nether fortress not too far from where I came from. Nether fortresses are already difficult even without the constant horde of zombies, so I wasn't going to linger around any longer than I needed to. I was going to move slowly, very slowly, and get the things I needed and leave. Just to let you guys know, this took me 9 hours in total. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I carefully made my way towards the fortress. I eventually got down and the first thing I did was run to this corridor and block myself off, because there were already quite a lot of mobs. I realized at this point that I should have got some snow for the blazes, but it was far too late for that, so I powered through and used my iron sword. Which wasn't bad, it killed the blazes in 3 hits, but what was bad was that it broke halfway through me exploring the fortress. So I had to use the stone swords dropped from the wither skeletons. It was a slow process, but corridor by corridor, corner by corner, I made my way through the fortress, zombies breathing down my neck every inch of the way, and I got what I needed. Although I could explore and get nether warts and diamonds, I got what I needed and that was it. Blaze rods. I only got 4 after killing what seemed like an army of blazes, but at this point, I felt as if I was finished and just wanted to make my way back home safely, at least with the rods, and I could come back to explore the fort another time. Bridge by bridge, block by block, I carefully slowly backtracked the path that I had taken to get to the fortress, and eventually made it back to the portal. I made it back home, put my stuff away, and went to bed. I had blaze rods, diamonds, gold, but I lacked the basics like wood and food. So that's exactly what I did on day 91. I attempted to get some wood, which went as well as you could expect. Got some food from my melon farm, which finally started to grow. And then I went to the roof of my base and saw this. This is now the spawn rate of the zombies. It's around 1 every second. I felt like ending the challenge here, but then it wouldn't be much of a challenge. It was going to be hard, but I had to at least get to day 100. I went to bed, and the next morning my main objective was to find some ender pearls, so I could make some eyes of ender to find a stronghold. Instead I got sidetracked by this absolute monster of a nether portal I found underwater. I couldn't explore much of it, since within about 20 seconds it was engulfed in zombies and drowned, but it was pretty cool, and I got some golden watermelons. You can't eat them, so I'm not too sure what they're for, but they look cool, so I kept them. I kept exploring the overworld a bit more before I went to the nether for endermen, and came across another village, which was great news for me considering the struggle I've had with food this entire challenge. Exploring the village, or doing anything for that matter, was painfully difficult. I couldn't stop for more than a second, and I was also terrorizing the poor villagers. I accidentally trapped myself in this house and died. I went back again and got my stuff and died again. It was at this point where I really wanted to stop, and I decided that I was done with the challenge. But no, I went back after a couple real life days and decided to at least get to day 100. When I made it back to the village, my stuff was gone and I died again while trying to get it. I couldn't actually sleep because the zombies were spawning so quick outside my base that even though they would fall out of range like they did before, another zombie would spawn so quickly within range of me that it would prevent me from sleeping. After waiting out the night, the next morning, I had no idea what to do. If I couldn't handle the zombies in the overworld in a village, I certainly couldn't handle them in the Nether. So I used the next couple of days to AFK at my base to get some XP. That's what I told myself anyway. After AFKing for a number of days, I went to make my enchanting table and realized that I didn't have enough diamonds. I only had 4, and to get 4 obsidian, I would need to make a pickaxe, leaving me with only 1 diamond, which isn't enough for the enchanting table. I was so frustrated at this point, for the remainder of day 99 I just sat in my base. I didn't even bother getting XP, I just sat there inside my base and looked at a wall. And on the next glorious morning, I watched the sun rise over my world and burn these unholy creatures for the last time, because I had finally made it to day 100. I barely managed to scrape my way to the 100th day. Did I get as much as I wanted to get done? I'd say yes. Although I didn't finish the game, I think I got decently far throughout the challenge. The Nether Fortress was an absolute win for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, a like would be much appreciated. And if you want to support me in making this content, all I ask for you to do is subscribe. It's free and you'll also get notified whenever I release a challenge video. I have some ideas lined up, like a challenge where items make you heavier and move slower, a random effect challenge where I get a random effect applied to me every 2 minutes, and maybe even the continuation of the 100 days, but with different mobs hunting me down, like creepers, skeletons, maybe even wardens in the future, who knows. This here is a random effect generator, which gives me a random effect every 2 or so minutes. You can see that this torch was activated at random, and I got the corresponding effect. There are 9 effects in total, 4 good effects, 4 bad effects, and 1 situational effect which can be good or bad. And here's the infrastructure for the challenge that will slow me down whenever I hold an item. As you can see, if I hold 1 dirt block, I get slower. If I hold more than 20, I get even slower, 40 means even slower, and over 60 is just pure pain. If you want to see these challenge videos, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for challenges you would like to see me do, leave it in the comments and I'll try to code them using the command blocks. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.